Hey, Spuddies, Potato McWhiskey here, and welcome back to Let's Play Age of Wonders 4 as the Giant Kings, and here we stand on the ruins of the person whose empire we just destroyed. Flame Wall is ours. I gotta have a little bit of a think about what I want to do and where I want to go next. Like, maybe should I peace out Scythedral? I definitely want to make my way over here and clear out this Ward of Fates if I could. So I think that would be probably my main, or my next major objective, is to kind of just make my way over here, clear this out, and make use of this area. We've also got like golden layers and stuff like that over here that we could bring on side. Definitely would like to capture more ancient wonders, like we've got the Bandit's Way over here. And I may just have to recruit a new hero because I don't think I'm going to get enough mana. My empire is just too mana starved. Now, if we look at our cities, Nyson and Strongwall lack governors. So if we look at Nyson here, it's definitely an underground place. It does have some above ground potential. Agricultural governors are kind of cool. The Collector is a great one because we can very easily equip our people with tier 2 items. Nautical governor, agricultural. Do we have any like prospecting governors? That's a good one. Fortifying, a steward, Trollkin governor, Industrious governor. Now, there we go. We've got a Spellblade here. So each quarry would grant +5 production and 5 stability. Yeah, let's go for this. Now, you're a Glory Seeker, which is not ideal, but I will recruit you and put you in charge of the city of Nyson. You're my Industrious governor, so my quarries will gain production and stability, which will add up over time. There's plenty of quarries in here. We've got at least 7, so we'll keep you nice and happy. So yeah, I think I'm going to peace out Scythedral, and I don't have a Whispering Stone to give them. I could gain a Whispering Stone from the diplomatic channels here, or diplomatic focus. Diplomatic channels is technically cheaper, but I don't know if I care about making these guys into vassals or whatever, so I might just leave things the way they are. Now, Stoneforge has completed the arcane focus. We are going to pump up the academy. We really want to get that Scholars Guild, so we'll pump that next turn too. And we finished the bolstering inscribed gem plate. Now, I forget who that was meant to be for. I want my hero, my leader, to be equipped with like full tier 4 equipment here eventually. But I think I'm also going to come in here and I'm going to just start crafting. I think taking that long to craft equipment when my guys don't actually have equipment on them just yet is probably not ideal. So I'm kind of thinking about things. It might be good if I start with either some tier 1 plate armor with the Rune of Protection on it, or tier 2 armor, because that would only take a single turn. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just create some really basic armor. So this will be inscribed gem plate. And because it's a tier 1 item, it's instantaneous on the craft. So Arnable the Fierce, you've got a chest plate of vitality. I would prefer if you had this inscribed gem plate on. And we're gonna make 3 more of those inscribed gem plates using the blueprint system, and then we're gonna make sure that we hand out a piece of gem plate for every single hero, so they become immune to bleed. And then I'm gonna create the inscribed rock flute with the Rune of Command Rock, and I will forge this 5 times, and every single one of my leaders will be getting one of these inscribed rock flutes. Boom. So now everyone has an inscribed rock flute, which gives their entire armies plus 10% damage. And then we're going to create a tier 1 wand with the Rune of Creation in it so that we can summon stone walls. So we will forge some inscribed wands of rock. 3, 4, 5 wands of rock. And I definitely think Windshield is one of the best rings that we can craft right now. And we can craft them really quickly and easily. Ring of Regeneration is also another good one. I don't know if that's actually a ring that we can craft. Let me check the forge. Ring. Yeah, I don't see regeneration in here. So failing that, Windshield is pretty good. So here's a wind barrier ring. That's a 60% resistance to ranged attacks. That's perfect. Then we just need one more ring for this guy. I don't think any of these are... Oh, Band of the Arrow Shield. There we go. Perfect. Making someone harder to hit with ranged attacks is quite powerful. So let's look through our hero list here. We've got 1, 2 people without shoes. So let's craft some feet items here. Probably should, like, I should have been filling up these slots long ago because it just makes your guys way more efficient. I was just being lazy. Like, really, that's what it comes down to. Fast movement is decent. I'm just going to give it +1 defense, +1 resistance, and I will forge that twice because it takes 0 turns to do. We're missing one helmet, and some of these guys have bad helmets equipped. So I'm going to unequip any of the bad helmets. Like +1 defense is really, like, it's fine. It's better than nothing, but it's not very good is the thing. This tier 2 helmet is a little bit better. Now, let's have a look at the head items we have. I think I'm just going to disenchant pretty much everything I have, because I just kind of like being able to craft my own items. So we don't need the rune of protection. Could give accuracy. I think defense and resistance, just, it gives you that extra little bit of protection. And I'm going to forge 3 of these. I believe that's what I need to bring my guys up to snuff. So we've got basic inscribed gem plate. We've got shielding helm. We've got reinforced greaves for everyone. Plus the inscribed rock flute and the inscribed wand of rock. Meaning every single one of my heroes now has like a really good baseline of defense. +3 defense, it should be at least +4 defense and +2 resistance, as well as immunity to bleeding, alongside +10% damage for their army and the ability to conjure Stonewall. So I would call this like this is a pretty reasonable power upgrade for my guys. And then I'm going to craft some of these rods of healing, because I definitely feel like my army is missing a little bit of healing. Just so many moments have had a bit of trouble because I didn't have enough healing in my army, so I'll craft a few of those and then start handing them out. I don't think this enraging charm does a huge amount for my faction leader. I hate it when the game does that, where it makes you switch an item accidentally. Because like when you click here, it automatically switches to the top of the list of your things. It's annoying. Yeah, I'll have to wait a turn. So what have you got equipped here? You've got a tier 4 heavy bloodletter, so we don't need to mess with you there. We want to get at least a tier 4 item on you. Now you are a mage, so we probably want to make you an orb. Let's have a look at the kind of orbs we could make. We want it to be a primary weapon, and we want it to be magic. So let's give you the rune of power for rock. Sundered defense is great. 10% critical hit chance, and then a little bit of critical hit damage. That's perfect. So we've got the brutal bloodletter. Do I want to change the damage channel? I think arc fire damage is better than just fire damage, because it spreads out the damage channels a little bit here. I'll call this the inscribed sphere. It's going to take 4 turns to create, but it will get me a tier 4 item, which is perfect. Yeah, we just crafted a whole bunch of items here, and so our heroes just got a big upgrade, and we captured a ton of heroes. So we're making a decent amount of income from that. Arnabelle the Fierce has completed her major ambition. She slew a unit of legendary tier, which gives her +10 damage for each rank the target has. Very good job. She's a glory seeker. And there we go. All right. I want to say that we've made a major upgrade to our heroes and our empire. I feel pretty good about that. That's a good start to this episode, because a lot of people were like, hey, Potato, you're not, you don't do the thing. You don't make your guys stronger. And I'm like, you know what, guys? Yeah, I wasn't. I wasn't doing that. But it was out of laziness, not out of, like, not knowing. It's just like it was just too much effort. I didn't care. All right, let's keep digging. I don't know what your outpost is doing there. All right, sick. So we just got access to the Astral Dew. If we check our magic materials, we have Astral Dew, we have Silver Tongue Fruit. Looking good. I'm going to commit to Stoneforge, and I think I'm going to rush the Scholars Guild, because I just want all the research here, as that justifies me to continue. Look at that, 15 research from a single one of these. That is a huge research boost. Now this outpost wants to get its palisade walls and its work camp and all that stuff, so we will work on that. I'm going to send this army probably down to fight this haunted graveyard down here. And I'm going to try and clear out some of these nodes with these arbalests. I actually don't care if they die. We got a Staff of Radiance. That's going to get disenchanted. My goal is to wipe these guys out, so we don't have to pay maintenance on them anymore, while actually getting some use out of them. You can see now we have positive mana. All right, this outpost down here has finished building its defenses. We're going to build a work camp so we can get access to this focus crystal. And so now we need to think about what our actual tome we're going to take here is. Gold touched is really strong. I would love a way to get more mana. Right now we have so much gold, we don't actually need more gold. Weirdly, I do think that it would be good for me to take the Tome of Evocation here, mainly for the channeling tower. But that just doesn't feel good. Not when we could get something like gold touched, which is just so powerful. Yeah, I'll go for Tome of the Golden God, the Golden Realm. It's the right one to go for. Fine. It's the natural progression of our build. It's what we'll take. And we'll go for gold touched. Solaria has produced a Masonic Hall and is ready to grow. I'm trying to remember what the hell I was going to build in here. Well, you have a quarry boosting thing and a quarry boosting thing. So one gives knowledge and the other gives mana. So that means quarries are just like super valuable in this town, which means we almost certainly want to go for the Workers Guild. I mean, add to the fact that we're a Rock King Giant, or a Rock Giant King, we get the +3 production, yeah. Stoneforge is ready to build new things. Probably good to get palisade walls to make you, like, well defended. Get ourselves the shrine. Probably should get the shrine and the stone obelisk, the mana obelisks first, so we can get our mana income up, because that is definitely something we have struggled with this game, is just the sheer, like, we've always had plenty of gold, but not enough mana. We're just really struggling to get that mana income up. It's probably only going to get worse as we go over our even higher city limit. Okay, neat. We found some focus crystals down here, and we continue to dig and expand and scour the land. All right, we're clearing more nodes down here, and we want to clear this as well. Hopefully an easy auto combat. Boom. Perfect. Cleared a lot of this stuff. Apparently I'm at war with Crockhold. I forgot about that. We'll need to deal with him. All right, we got the Temple of Fertility and Strong Wall. That'll allow this place to continue to grow. And we'll grab the Workers' Farmstead and the Grand Mill so we can continue to grow the city. Food is always welcome. Asa the Illustrious has leveled up. Now, you're my Lightning Evoker, and we could get you down here to Devouring Spell, so we shall. We've got a new range of Empire developments available. Expert Sailors isn't bad. Adaptive Research is really good. I mean, All-Seeing Eye is decent too. Impressment is okay. There's a lot of stuff here that's really good, like Resourceful Vigor, but we really need that +1 city cap, so we're going to have to hold on to our Imperium for now. I think it is just unfortunately necessary. So the Sages, we can get an Eternal Pact with them. I'm going to ask them for a challenging pact. They want a ritual circle destroyed. That's down here, right? I'll put together a team. Yeah, so now we're 2 cities over our limits. We're taking a 50% income penalty. We can ease that by expanding our governance, bringing us back up into the black. But we're going to have to save up for a lot of Imperium here. All right, Flame Wall is now under my control, and so should begin the process of shall begin the process of rebuilding this place. I'm going to go ahead and raise some of our land up this way. We'll build ourselves palisade walls, stone walls. It would be good for us to get the Temple of Fertility in here as well to allow the city to grow. It's nice for the boost of draft and food. Archer battlements, Caltrop stash, and the Bastion's barricade. So we're in the process of retooling and rebuilding this city as we raise some of its province improvements. We want to get over here to this underground section because there might be some really good stuff for us to get down here. At the very least, we can then set up a dungeoneering section of that city. Oh, okay. New plan. Cancel this. Build a teleporter right there. Put it to the top of the queue and rush. Teleport our armies down here so that we can fight on the front line of the bad guys' invasion. All right, so we got they're pretty badly hurt stack, but we should be able to win a fight down here with these troops. So let's build a work camp here so we can get teleporters. Teleporters are important. Nyson can annex a new province. We'll grab that one over there. Can I could add the Bazaar of Wonders. I should probably put that on the other tile, that one there, so we'll hold. Take 11 turns. Oops. Let's raise that and rebuild it. Strongwall can annex a new province. I see mana conduits on focus crystals. Hell yes. We now have 3 focus crystals. Awesome. We definitely want this to be a mana production powerhouse. Okay, sick. We just finished crafting the inscribed sphere, and that was going to go to our mage. So now he has a tier 4 item, so he has full attack power, effectively. Also, I should go through my hero list and make sure everyone has the right equipment. Now, who else needs a tier 4 item? My ritualist here is using a tier 2, so we could give him a magical orb or a staff. Let's investigate the possibility of giving him a staff. Spirit damage is quite powerful because not many things resist it. Okay, we definitely want the Rune of Power Rock, and we need this to be a tier 4. Sundering enemy defense is good. We're a big fan of Sundering. Sundering resistance as well. That's a really good support attack ability. And then we've got room for one more thing. Inflicting Stunned is really good, actually. This becomes an incredibly powerful inscribed. This will be the inscribed form breaker. It will take 4 turns to craft. That's fine. We would like it now, but as long as we get it eventually, that will be great. I'll bring a bunch of extra units here just to make this battle even easier. Hopefully take no losses. Boom, perfect. Warding, Crown of Accuracy, the Ring of Escaping. We'll just go ahead and disenchant all this. This will... I don't want to gain the Banshee. Oh, I got 1,000 mana for doing that. Friendship with the Eternal Sages. Good stuff. So I believe we have an Eternal Pact right now. So I could buy the Litherite Astrolabe or the Eternal Embassy. 10 Imperium and 15 mana and knowledge. Hell yes. We're going to buy that because we want to build it. Now I'm curious if that's something I can build in every city. Oh yes it is. That is incredible. 10 Imperium, 15 mana and 15 knowledge in every single city is insanely strong. It is fairly expensive, but I have the kind of empire that can, well, that can afford to build these things. All right, we're going to make our way over to Crockhold to obliterate it because he threatened us. We will chill for 1 more turn inside this outpost in order to get healed up. I would like to cast Linked Minds on my faction to get that racial transformation. Oh, the Eternal Pact gives us 100 knowledge per turn. It doesn't show up in the actual city screen, but it does show up here. 100 knowledge and a 10% boost. I'm not sure what that is or means. I'm going to rush out this rock giant so that we can have a second full stack of clay warriors ready to go and fight for the liberation of Lava Island over here. We want this Bandit's Way. It's worth 5 Imperium. Let's make our way to Crockhold. Let's start an Eternal Embassy in here, and I believe this other city, Solaria, can start its Eternal Embassy as well. It'll take a bit of time to get built up here, and we want to build the teleporter on this mana node right there. Boosh. Okay, we're under attack, and we've had a negative spell cast against us. We're up against an army that I assume probably immune to some of our effects. They do a lot of frost damage. We're not necessarily weak to frost damage. I am curious about the auto combat here. I would expect us to win, and that is a pretty decisive win. But I'd like to fight that myself. I think I like fighting these battles, these big sort of set piece battles where there's a lot of moving parts and danger. All right, we're setting up for the attack. Now they have attacked us, so we're going to be dealing with some chaos here. I think the best thing to do is to drop a seismic pulse on the center of their army so they have trouble reinforcing this left side. Let's throw a boulder to slow this guy, meaning he won't get quite an as effective charge strike. Drop a little heal on you, that's fine. Bring these guys up, nice and defensive. I'll even move Rockman Crushstone up to here and drop the animated hammer that can do a big chunk on these guys while we play defensive on this line. Playing offensive here, he's out in his own a little bit, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and end the turn and see what they do. Yeah, I fully expect to try and do a lot of damage on our faction leader. We should have ways to heal and protect him. He's constricted. Oh, his morale is low now. Morale is very low. Oh wow, they're even pulling back to get into a more viable strategic position. That is actually a really clever move from the AI that they realized that I was more powerful in this area and they reconfigured their army. Okay, if you conjure stone walls, we could get a kill here. There's a seismic tremor. Fire a zap off. Good chance of a kill. Perfect. Big damage. They don't have a whole lot of health. That's our big advantage right now, is our enemies do not have that much health. Now, unfortunately, I can't heal my faction leader. Blast this guy. We have a huge strategic advantage on this right side. Push you up this way to hit him. You'll guard him. I'll get my Arbalest up here as well. There's a 50-50 shot and a kill. 100% chance of a kill. Perfect. Get up in melee with this battle mage. Archer hit this guy in the shock. If you conjure a stone wall right here, you isolate the enemies that they have to break through. Yeah, now they're summoning the undead with their necromancers. Morale on my faction leader is very low, but they're being distracted by my stone walls because they're in the way, which is perfect. This is what we want. We resisted their execute attack. They're coming in over here. Boom. Counterattack on the giant, on the zombies is great. A little bit painful to be taking damage across some of these lines. But as bad as the situation is for my faction leader, who is still decaying. Maybe just pull you back to a safer distance. And I'll conjure an astral ward to eat some of the damage for you. So coming over to this left side, we should easily be able to defeat this guy. He just doesn't have enough physical resistance. Like, these guys have near zero physical resistance, which means we're doing basically true damage to them. And we have a lot of buffs to our damage. All right, perfect. Bunch of units are dead. We could conjure more stone walls to isolate out the enemy army even more. I think I would rather do a lightning evocation because of the sundering effect. Sundering effects make our enemies take more damage. And we can get a charge strike on this guy to kill him. Perfect. And then if we position our warrior right here, he'll provide AoE shielding. Now, let's have a look at the center. Stone walls actually can't do a thing. We could get a flank here for 2 strikes on this necromancer, which is big. Perfect. Can we kill this zombie with an attack? No, not quite. That's okay. 43 damage. Let's go for the 50-50 shots. Chance of kill is low until we go for the melee. That's another dead enemy. You zip up here and shield bash this guy, stunning him. And then you zip up behind to blast. We do have a rock blast. Could we kill something with a rock blast? Kill that zombie. We can hurl a new boulder. Let's do it. Slow our enemy. And next turn, I think we're going to do the reversal. I definitely need a way to remove debuffs, like decaying. So let's drop the Steel Fury chant. This removes all of our bolstered defenses and gives us just damage instead. And what's good about this is it allows us to turn the battle around and obliterate everyone with massive amounts of damage. Big charge strike from the giant. Boom. That's a dead unit right there. Another big charge. Zip forward, take the shot. Good hit. It was a critical hit as well. Get the kill. Perfect. Come on, get this kill. Enemies are starting to break. It'd be really nice if I had the option to crumble these stone walls. 64%. Yes. Okay, I just need one more hit on him. Enemies basically defeated. Let's go drop the rock on them. Bam. Critical hit. The hell out of here. All right, yeah. So we lost a unit. Not the end of the world. I would say this was a way more... Well, was it? This felt like a way more efficient battle than the auto-resolver got us. I think. Get in there for the flank. Blap. The flank zappa, as I like to call it. Bam. Enemy heroes down. Enemy flees the field. We let them. Now, it's quite hard to break a faction that has undeath as their thing. Now, in theory, one of my guys died, but apparently he didn't. So weird. Anyway, mission accomplished. We obliterated their army. We got a tier 3 great hammer and a tier 3 pike. I'm going to go ahead and disenchant both those. We've got some cozy kills we can do here. Be gone, gentle giants. May you abdicate. I'm going to take out this haunted graveyard and this forsaken cove. I'm annoyed by both of them. All right, let's cast linked mines. This has no upkeep, but it will make our people effectively into constructs. So they'll benefit from some of the things that constructs have. They don't exactly become constructs, but they have some of the upsides. Oh wow, pillaging improvements gets me binding essence and stuff. That's kind of neat, actually. We've finished researching gold touched. So lots of resistance, lots of gold. We'll want to start casting that pretty much immediately, using up all of our mana. We finished building the embassy in Giant's Repose. Excellent. Yeah, I mean, I reckon the thing to do is to just keep crafting the quarries churning. If I build this right here, I lose 35 production, but I gain 40 gold per turn, and gold is a little bit more valuable right now. So I'll build a Bazaar of Wonders. Copper Spire can annex another province. Solaria can annex another province as well. Stoneforge can annex a province. Our priority is definitely these nautical research posts. We love that. Wow, all my places can annex new provinces. That's huge. You're more of a mana place, so we'll get that conduit. A hero has leveled up. So this is Arnabil the Fierce. This is my defender hero. I do like the idea of pure defense dispelling negative status effects. That allows me to use that as like a purge. Silion the Learned wants an alliance. Hell yeah. Brings me a step closer to an alliance victory. All right, let's see if we can defeat these guys. If we seismic drop on the Krakens, we can at least kill the light stuff. Shoot that crossbow, pop him, pop him. All right, let's give these guys big regen. Give them the best chance that they have. 1, 2, 3. Focus fire on the weak enemies one at a time. And then we'll do a Steel Fury chant. Should be good memes. All right, perfect. We took out another unit. You fall back to here. Shoot this guy. I don't know where this Phantasm Warrior came from, honestly. We'll get another round of regen, hopefully. And yeah, they're going to try and vortex us, but that's fine. Hit him in the back. Sunder his defense. You take that attack, run here. Try to get damage on him. I need you to attack to take the retaliation hit. Even if I don't want you to take that retaliation hit, it is necessary. Because that will let me pull my archer back to the 85% zone. He currently has 4 stacks of bleed and 3 stacks of sundered resistance on him. Ooh, there's the heal tick. We love it. If I can kill this Kraken, it's big. He's fumbling. Don't let him do us like this. Get him! Come on! Flank him! Yeah! Bam! Fortify, protect yourself. Bam! 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 Defend. Force them to use as many resources as possible. Hit him in the back. Break his morale. Come on. We need more crits. We need more damage in the back. Don't get constricted. Get behind him. Oh, he's so low. No, he sunk us. Come on, he's so close to death. Killing momentum is tough to deal with. Yes! My unit came to life. I don't know how. These guys have like resurgence or something. That's crazy. Wait, what is going on there? This unit will arrive with 50% of its total hit points after 2 turns. It's going to be triggered once per battle. I had no idea they had Undying. Holy shit, these things are insane. Clay units are ridiculous. I am officially so glad that I've been just spamming clay units now. Let's start the siege, and we want to have a really effective siege. So 20 physical damage. It would be nice to have onagers. Burning the battlements is good, and undermining the walls is good. So we just want to have as many advantages as possible when the actual siege happens. We don't need to summon rock giants because we can recruit them. I do think Gilding Blast is not a terrible spell, so we'll start researching that. Flame Wall is up here. Let's burn this province too. We'll grab palisade walls, stone walls, try to get the defense up in here. Archer battlements, ballista towers, catapult towers, caltrops, and I'll even put the Eternal Embassy to the front of the queue. After stone walls, because fortifications are important. Hoping for an easy auto combat here. Perfect. We've got a flankers band and a bunch of materials and resources. We'll just go ahead and disenchant all that. We would like to get control of this focus crystal and the bandit's way here, so we'll make our way over there. Oh right, I forgot to be crafting more gear. No, I just finished the inscribed Formbreaker. So this was for who again? I think it was for Shrew the Poison Monger. And then I have an Enlightened Giant's Bane for my Spellblade. So what kind of weaponry would I like my Spellblade to use? I think a sword and shield is quite fun, even though it's kind of more expensive to craft. We'll go with the Rune of Power Rock with the arc fire damage channel. Well, no, we might go full physical here because then we can lean heavily into Sundering defense, since that's what our faction does. Inflicting stunned would be pretty good. Crowd control is incredibly powerful. A lot of units resist it though. Maybe just raw damage with critical hit and critical damage is the right way to go. I'll create this as the inscribed mace. That's our tier 4 item right there, giving us a lot of power. All right, more of the Eternal Embassies are starting to finish, which is great. Let's build the Bazaar of Wonders in here because it is a mine and this is a city that likes mining. It's a mine specialized city. The Eternal Embassy has been built in Nyson. We'll get the catapult towers, just so that we become a little bit harder to kill. Stone Tree, make peace. Why are you raiding me? I have no beef with you. I don't even have chicken ramen with you. Crockhold is wide open for the assault. So let's see what we can do. Hoping for easy auto combats. Come on now. Okay, a single loss of a single unit is well easy to eat. Do I just raise it? I really don't like having vassals, so I think I'll just raise it. If I had more direct control over my vassals, I wouldn't mind them. It's just they do really inefficient things, and it doesn't feel like I get what I want from my vassals. All right, so there's Gilding Blast. I don't have the mana to reshuffle things. I may as well get Cascading Command reposition. Strongwall, what it's got its Grand Mill. Let's grab the... It's a 25 turn build time of the Eternal Embassy to give you an idea of just how expensive that is. True late game building. Rockman Crushstone has leveled up, so it might be good for us to get the Greater Spirit. So now his summoning is better. Captured a bunch of guys. Asa the Illustrious has improved her level of renown. Definitely want to get the higher level of nautical governors. So they're gearing up for a counterattack, and we should easily be able to auto-resolve our way through it. All right, let's cast Gold Touched. This is going to make us a lot more resistance to magic and get us a huge amount more gold per turn. And our people will look all shiny, which is probably the most important part of that spell. All right, come in here. I want you to clear Bandit's way. Should be a very easy auto combat. Perfect. And now we have a pretty fat stack here that we need to take on. So I'll bring in some reinforcements, and then they will actually retreat, which is perfect. And then we just need to build an outpost here, which will allow us to annex the Bandit's Way and get access to another focus crystal. Perfect. Incel Tour is a free city. I don't even know who owns that one. Let's upgrade our governance, because that's going to mean now we just have all the power in the world. I like expansive reach. Allows our cities to reach further away when they're expanding. It's good, 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 good. Do we want to be the ones to initiate more battles? I think it actually suits us to sit here and be the defender. So I'm happy to chill on the defense there and let them attack me. I mean, I'm the one in the advantageous position, so why would I give that up by attacking? You know what I mean? Solaria got its embassy and it can annex a new province. Again, let's make sure we get a spot down here. I'll build a conduit, but mostly I got that conduit so that we had another underground province that we could build the silent barracks on, because that has to be built underground. Missing a mana obelisk, we would want the monolith as well to keep our mana income high, so we'll grab those two. Stoneforge can annex another province. Got lots of research potential down here. We do want to get our quarriables, and it might not be the end of the world if I built a little bit of stuff underground here, mainly so that Stoneforge could also get the Dungeoneering Conclave underground, as this is worth 15 research per turn, have 5 gold, all those beautiful things. I think that's pretty worth it. We just need a couple of underground places down here to put down the Dungeoneering stuff, so that we can recruit clay goblin, or whatever they're called, clay soldiers. Kala the Duelist has leveled up. We were kind of going down this central line. Now, this was a hero. Did I recruit you, or was I designing you? Your skills could be reset to make you more in line with what I actually want from you. Initiative and Materium. Let's go for our Materium special abilities. So base attacks have a chance of removing positive status effects, and you're still a stone. We want Arcane Skirmisher, plus we like army units getting extra health and regeneration. Then Frontline Fighter or Melee Training. Ooh, Skirmisher training is really good. Becoming slippery and swift. So do I want you to inflict... Do I want you to be a lightning evoker or a fire evoker? Let's go with the fire evocation, and then we'll go for frontline fighter. So you're going to get up in the face of the enemy. Yep, so they're attacking us, which means we get the advantage of the caltrop stash. So if we auto combat, we should win pretty handily. If we take any major losses, we will fight it manually. But these armies of clay units are just really difficult to actually pin down and kill. They're extremely good in auto-resolve once you have a strong leader in charge of it. Nyson, what are you doing? You could get your Bazaar of Wonders, and I believe I wanted to grow to here so that you could get your Bazaar of Wonders right there. Yeah, we're just chilling here while we're raising, and then we've got reinforcement armies being built all around the map. Build those palisade walls before we annex Bandit's Way. We need to clear this Forsaken Cove as well. All right, all of our units are in position. Hopefully an easy auto combat. Easily clapped. The Anathema grants a chance of killing magic origin units instantly. That is super powerful, and it's a tier 4 item. Do I want to keep it? I think I will. 60% dodge ring, amazing, we love it. We'll replace your 30% dodge ring with the 60%. It makes your hero so resilient to against ranged attacks. And we'll keep pushing you to the east. We want to go capture this Pantheon's Shrine and build a outpost over it, and then we want to capture the Golden Lair and build an outpost over it. We are being pillaged by some marauders over here. That is life. I would like to conjure a rune stele inside this city to make sure the mountains are getting done, and we continue to prospect, disenchant, and dig underground. Cascading Command reposition has been completed. The reagent refinery is decent. I do maybe want the golden golem. I already have like my tier 5 rock golem unit. I think I'll just go for the reagent refinery. More buildings are fun. All right, Strong Wall, what were you working on? I would like to get the Dungeoneering Conclave down in Strong Wall, so I will put it right there, and it will slowly start converting the city into a Dungeoneering place. I'm going to also inject a little bit of gold in here, and I'll probably inject gold to get the Eternal Embassy as well, because it's going to help me so much with mana and stuff. Asa the Illustrious has leveled up. Arcane Strength would make your magic attacks gain 20% damage and ignore 2 status resistance. Hell yes. Shrew the Poison Monger has also leveled up. Base attacks healing nearby allies, really great. Makes his basic attack even more high impact. Stoneforge is ready to continue building things. Grab those archer battlements, grab the armory and the town hall. Then we'll come back and I'll even inject a little gold into you to speed you up. Whoa! They managed to isolate. Don't reinforce. That's fine. My reinforcements were slightly out of range. That's why you got to be careful about how you position. Another army got caught off guard. We should be fine here though. All right, good job. You found an iron deposit. Keep on digging. I have no idea what's going on in there. So looking at Nyssen, yeah, there's nothing to produce in here. This city will be burned down next turn. I know my style of playing is very slow, but it's the style of play that makes me happy. I know technically there's a lot better ways to do this where you like push through and you beat stuff and you all that stuff. All right, sick. There is the inscribed mace for Kala the Duelist. This should be a pretty big combat power upgrade for them. We would like to make them a nice shield too, so let's have a look at the potential shield items we could make. So warded and reinforced are options. We could give them fire shield, lesser or greater fire shield. We could also give them damage reflection. A reinforced and warded shield feels goated to me. And then a little bit of damage reflection, like boom, resistant Aegis. Just like make you very, very tough against magic and ranged attacks. I'm trying to remember how victory conditions work in this game. They've changed so much that I'm always forgetting. So you get a bind 2 gold ancient wonders. Someone just bound one. You're going to launch the Age of Materium spell and defend your gold wonders. Oh, I'll just let you die. That's fine. Wasn't expecting them to be able to isolate like that. I thought these guys would be able to draw in. Okay. City has been raised. Now looking in the local area, there is some Fireforged stone that would be good to get control of. So let's zip back here. We'll build an outpost. Keep the process of map painting going. Ooh, nice job. You uncovered a little gold. I'll build a quick little outpost here so we can annex the Pantheon Shrine. We've unlocked the reagent refinery and we could choose a new book. I do like the idea of super growth. Super growth is a lot of fun. I think now is the time that I can get the Astral Affinity. I don't even want it that bad. You know what, just for fun, we're going to go for the Tome of Geomancy because it's a new one. I want to play around with the Geomancer unit. So we'll just take this for the fun of it. So I'm going to grab Geomantic Crystallization. It's going to be a major racial transformation. It'll make my people kind of cool and neat. I don't actually know what it really does. I didn't really look at it very hard, but we're going to try it out. I'm going to figure out if it's cool. Yeah, we should definitely build our reagent refineries in our towns. Plus 10 gold and 10 draft and 10 food in a city if it has a magic materials, and most cities will have a magic material, so it doesn't take very long for this building to pay itself off. So Solaria would like its academy. We want the blacksmith, we want the mint, we want the stone walls, do we want to go for the workers guild? I think we do. Just got so many things we want to get built in here. All right, nice one, outpost. You got your palisade walls. Go ahead and build me a work camp. Nyssen can annex another province. I could get a second aquatic province up here, and the advantage of that is that I could then come back into the city and grab the fishmonger, and then if I get another water province I can get the Grand Wharf, and the fishmonger is nice. So like it's just nice to build a lot of buildings here. Strongwall can annex another province, and we will. Got an occupied iron mine. That's fine, there's not much we can do about that right now at this current time. I will boost the Eternal Embassy because we love the Imperium income. It feels great. I mean, the giant forum right here just feels like a winning choice. We get that nice trickle of Imperium coming from it. All right, we blew up another tile in Flame Wall, and we want it to grow towards this dungeon, so I'll just start growing that way. And we're just going to raise sort of these like edge provinces so we can kind of make the city a little bit more circular, which is slightly more satisfying than weird like spindly cities in my opinion. Outpost achieved here. We'll build palisade walls. It just means they don't die in a single turn. Capital of Putrefa is over here. We'll go make this guy devour. My good news is my stack here is almost exalted, or rather a legend, which will get them an extra 10 HP and extra defense. So we're almost there. We'll explore the Pantheon's Shrine. I'll pay a little bit of money. Hopefully the auto combat goes well. Perfect. So we could gain a 400 Imperium. We could gain a Materium boon, which gives us a lot of bonuses, or we can even gain more Imperium. Yeah, I will take that even more Imperium. So Pantheon's Shrine is ours. We'll build palisade walls to keep that outpost in better shape. Next up, we want to move up and claim the next ancient wonder, the Golden Lair. I'm going to do a little bit of repairing for some of these ruined provinces. I think there's a little bit of damage in here. I think we got it. And Solaria can annex another province. And I think the big thing is we've already handled the underground annexations, which got us the little bit of a dungeoneering bonus, right? We've got the nice dungeon stuff going down there. So let's come on up and build a few more quarries. We got another copy of Fireforged Stone. Really would like these other ones. I also want the final crystalline knowledge artifact, so I do need to save up mana. If we check out Cialrad, yeah, I can buy it in the next turn or two. I will take a quest off you. Give me a challenging quest. A large monster den. Okay, you want me the primordial pyre moth. This thing. Jesus. Let's bring some armies over here to actually attack this primordial pyre moth. Now that a few more of my clay soldier stacks are finishing. There's a feckin' umbral nest here. I think we should bring all of our armies through this tunnel and go straight for the capital. Cut the head off the snake. Kill the Hydra, you know? We lost a unit, but I'm in too deep to care. So I'll just disenchant this. Unfortunately, I don't have a way to summon units to make up for the losses. So it doesn't matter, though. Let's go deep underground, talk to Cialrad, and we will trade for the Litherite Astrolabe, getting us the ability to convert production into knowledge. But we have all three of the Cosmic Conclave. So the Cosmic Conclave should trigger. Geomantic crystallization has been completed. We'll be able to turn our faction into a different type of thing. The luxury markets aren't particularly important, but it is a nice, cool building for my cities that I'm building. And I'm building really, 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 really powerful and fun cities. I mean, we have the Imperium to expand our governance. It's probably good for us to get metropolitan society. We're going to benefit quite a bit from that. This gives a 10% production boost in our capital. Resourceful vigor will mean our units will be able to heal more as they move around the map. I don't like the rights. I don't like the one-time actions. I will take expert sailors. I'll take adaptive research and surge spellcasting. Otherwise, I'm chill. I don't think we need to change anything else. We're good. Let's capture Bandit's Way. +5 Imperium per turn. Stoneforge can annex another province. I wanted to get a certain number of underground stuff here because of the things like the Clay Forge, the Silent Barracks, and the Underground Vault. We want like 4 underground provinces. So we'll just grab this little corner here, and then we'll grab the Clay Forge. Perfect. So Communion Among Crystals has become a familiar sight, the formal greeting of the Eternal Sages in their crystalline library in Cialrad. Nell Nerl's droning voice explains, you've proven yourself a valuable ally to our cause, Giant King Rockman Crushstone. One last favor remains. We seek to reach out to our scattered kin across the Astral Sea, to commune and exchange our pooled knowledge from all realms and worlds. The ritual calls for an individual to act as a medium, an individual with the powers of a god here. So we can agree to become their medium, we can pretend to agree, or we can politely decline. I'm gonna agree to be their medium. Hell yeah. It sounds like fun. I'll even be their large. I don't think they have a spell jammer in this city. Okay, Flame Wall finished a Caltrop stash. It's still burning down some buildings. Let's grab the Beacon of Valor and the Reagent Refinery. I'm probably going to start earth-shattering these mountains too. Solaria got its Workers Guild. Pump some money in there. Stoneforge got a couple of buildings finished. We'll get the Stone Walls, the Ballista Towers, and the Tier 4 Capital. You got your Palisade Walls in this outpost. Let's build that work camp. Let's build your work camp as well. Blacksmith completed. Giant's Repose can annex another province, and we just continue to grab these quarries. Strongwall can annex another province. Build one right there. Get me the Clay Forge on that tile. We finished the Resistance Aegis. This will give that to our boy, Kala the Duelist. Got to give Kala a little makeover. I just didn't like her hat, really. This war is tiresome. Nope. You caused me much grief by declaring war on me, and so I will cause you a final amount of grief. A definitive grief distribution, one might describe it as. Okay, we found a Beast Wrangler. Welcome. So he wants to set up. We can get an Umbral Juggernaut mount, a Dire Bear mount, an Elephant mount contract. Oh! Buy a supply of elephant mounts to equip all of the units of your race. All of my units will gain 15 hit points, Juggernaut, become large target, and we become cavalry, or the Swiftfoot Raptors. High speed cavalry? I love the idea of these elephant riding mole people. We're gonna get ourselves that. Sure, I mean, we became a little bit more vulnerable to spears, but like, whatever, dude. All right, hopefully this will be an easy auto resolve. I don't even mind if I lose a unit. Oh, okay, I'm gonna fight this manually. Ow, that was a painful hit. I don't even know what did that to me. I'm gonna move all my units over here to try to get a defeat in detail on some of these weaker units. Bam. And then I'm wondering if we could drop a big ol' heal. All right, so big heal comes in. Yeah, that's understandable. You do your little AoE fire stuff. I'm going to drop another regen on my army. Come on, give me the kill. That's bad. Perfect. We got another kill. Somehow they got morale from losing an ally. Holy shit. What is doing damage back to us when we hit these guys? We're hurting ourselves. I don't really understand why we're hurting ourselves when we attack. Like that, I don't understand. Yeah, I really don't understand why our own units are damaging themselves. We actually got a worse outcome. I'm just going to restart that combat and auto-resolve it. I'm going to just hit that auto-resolve button. Because whatever I was doing was actually just worse than auto-resolve. Yep, turns out the auto-combat is doing a better job than me. I'm not going to take it personally. That was pretty devastating. Cost me a lot of money in my military. But I am able to replace my military incredibly quickly, so it's not that big of a deal. All right, let's enter the golden lair. And we'll do a strength 12 materium check. This should go really well for us, actually. It says it's a risky battle, but I'm hopeful that we just get an easy auto-resolve. Yeah. Now the golden lair is mine, and we can repair the broken throne, death calling staff, ring of arrow warding. Ooh, gain a golden golem. I'm going to grab that Imperium. If we zoom out, yeah, okay, I'll drop a little outpost right there. So luxury markets has been completed. I'm going to go for summon elemental so that we can get elemental units recruited. Stoneforge built some new buildings. Go ahead and keep on doing that. Copper Spire can annex a new province. Oh, hey, maybe the thing to do is to grow to the bandit's way. Well, we'll grow up through here just for the fun of it anyway. One of my heroes has leveled up. This is Shrew the Poison Monger. Let's grab support resistance so your defense mode is more supportive for your allies. We've ready to cast Earth Shatter, and I wanted to cast this up over here to kind of make room for the city I was running, like right there. I want to break that mountain, and that will actually get us a stone spirit as well that we can use in combat. But more importantly, we now have a usable grassland tile, so the city is less constrained. I'm going to start burning this tile down here, so again, we can continue to try to force growth down underground, as that is where my faction excels. Cillian wants a teleporter pact. I will take that. I'm wondering what other treaties we can negotiate. Nothing especially. So in Strongwall, we pretty much want to rush the Mages Guild, but in order to do that efficiently, we should at least get the stonemason and even the Masonic Hall, so we can get the city to have at least a reasonable baseline amount of production. The cosmic conclave. Stars suddenly appear in the sky, followed by droning hums that ripple through the ground. The air tastes like cherries. Astral connections are drawn between crystal dwellings and other realms. Appearing in the shape of an arcane whirlpool, strands of purple energy emerge between the stars, reaching to connect with a medium. At once, all strands have touched down in Cialrad, causing energy to shoot back into the cosmos. The surges soon reach an equilibrium. The connections are stabilized. The cosmic conclave, a communion among eternal sages, has begun. This is the cosmic conclave that Cialrad manifested with you at its center. All-knowing power from across the astral sea is coursing through your immortal body. The secrets of the cosmos laid out before me. All cities gain 100% knowledge income. As the medium, you gain additional rewards when any player completes research. Damn. Research without any affinity yields you Imperium, and dual affinity research rewards for both affinities. I am the cosmic conclave, the center of knowledge. That's really damn cool. All right, this time, Doom Moth. This time I've got you. I've got a stack of the fiercest lads. I'll give you this nice little earth shatter. Boom. First enemy down. Enemy deleted. Shoot that crossbow. Shoot that crossbow. Pop him in the face. We are Legion. We are clay. Don't you try to escape. Hit him in the ass. No, it didn't work. Chase down this moth. Do not let this moth escape. This moth's objective is just like survive right now. Do not allow him. Crushing Earth, 50 damage and Sunder. Bam! He's dead. We defeated him. I am king. I am Giant King. You have been defeated by me. So we gain a ton of mana, a ton of Imperium. Gain allegiance. Oh, dude, I could get the Primordial Pyre Moth for myself. No, we're good people. So someone else broke the walls in here, which means I can just swoop in and my elephant riding dudes just nuke them down, baby. Hell yeah. The game struggled a little there for a second. Thank you for the Imperium, loser. We'll migrate to ourselves, and we'll do a little expanded governance. So there is like a bit of a question of, do Do we break our alliance with Cillian the Learned? I think we do. How do I break my alliance? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I don't want him to win the game. I'm not cool with that. I want to win the game. I'm gonna win the game. That's my plan anyway. All right, let's annex the Pantheon Shrine. That'll get me 5 Imperium, 25 mana, which is really nice. We like that Imperium. Down here, what were we looking for again? I think we were looking for the Fireforged Stone. If we put the teleporter on the province with the mana node, we end up net neutral. And I know these teleporters aren't too far apart, but we're just trying to make the map smaller for our armies. That's like the real goal. We could start recruiting more heroes. Like, it's only 1,000 to get a new hero. We could resurrect Gerika the Talented. And I think we will. And there's no governor in Strongwall. So I think I'll give you the Industrious Governor. Although perhaps I would prefer City Overview. Maybe Flame Wall would be better. Yeah, I think I'll give Flame Wall the Industrious Governor. And we'll want to maybe buy another hero. We captured so many different leaders and levels and all this sort of stuff. Major ambitions are being completed. Nice. We've just finished researching Summon Elemental. The Tremor Ritual is pretty good for a siege project. Every 2 turns, a random enemy or unit is struck by an earthquake. Plus it has fortification damage on it. You know, I'll go for the Bind Gold Ancient Wonder, actually. So now we can bind Gold Ancient Wonders. Cillian has bound 2 Ancient Wonders. So if he does try to go for his victory condition, which I think is a magic victory, we will have to stop him. Gerika the Talented is down here. I'm going to send her to Giant's Repose to pick up an army once the army is finished completing. We're in the process of recruiting elephant riding mole bastions. Let's cast Geomantic Crystallization so our people can become elementals. Some kind of quest battle here, probably worth a lot of experience. Might lose a unit, but no big deal. My giant. Oh well. Worth it in my opinion for all the experience we just gained. So we get to pick a new tome here, and we are definitely going to be going for the Tome of the Creator. This is our tier 5 tome that has tectonic shatter and all this sort of stuff. But since we're picking our next tier of tomes, that's going to be the end of this episode. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.